One August 4th, probably in 1959, when I was 12 years old and my sister was 9 years old, and I already had my Girl Scout cooking badge. I decided actually that my sister and I would bake our mother a birthday cake. We'd never done anything like that before, so this was a real treat. When my mother said she was going shopping that day, it was perfect. We had just enough time to bake her favorite cake. So after she left, we got to work. We got the box of the chocolate that would go in the cake part and the frosting container, which was German chocolate frosting. Now, if you've never seen that, it's sort of a caramel-colored frosting that has kind of lumpy pieces of coconut in it, and it's really easy to frost a cake with that, especially if you're 12 and 9. And so we made the cake. While the cake was baking, we went downstairs, and on top of the washing machine, we put a clean linen towel, a plate for the cake, and that was all we needed. After the cake was finished, we took both trays of round cake plates downstairs, turned the first one out onto the plate, and frosted that bottom layer of cake with the German chocolate frosting, and put the top layer on top and frosted that too, and it was perfect looking for about 10 seconds. And then the caramel part of the frosting it disappeared into the cake, and all that was left were some sort of lumpy pieces of coconut sticking out between 2 layers of chocolate cake and laying around on the top. And I said, oh, no, this won't work. So I thought quickly, my Girl Scout skills, ran upstairs and got 2 spatulas, ran back downstairs and lifted up the top layer of cake from the bottom layer. And as I did that, it fell apart in about 10 pieces onto the floor. I looked around very quickly, where was the rabbit? And then I remembered that our basement rabbit lived outside in the summertime, so he was not around to come and sniff at the cake. So the cake was safe. We picked up the pieces, put them on top of the linen towel, and I thought, this must be why Mother always lets the cake cool before she frosts it. But we had another problem. We had no more cake frosting. We had to go upstairs, put all of our pennies and nickels and dimes together from our piggy bank, and walk to the close grocery store, which was 2 blocks down the street, and get back before our mother got back, so she would think we'd been in the house all the time, and get that cake frosted. So we went to the grocery store down the street. We came back. She still wasn't home. It was great. And we frosted, probably I frosted, the first layer, and the frosting stayed put. It looked beautiful. I put the first chunk of cake on top of the first layer of cake, and it slid right off. It just did not stay put. So I went upstairs and got some toothpicks and started pinning the cake into the first layer, the second layer into the first layer, and the pieces into each other, and sort of filling in the little holes that were left with extra lumpy parts of frosting. And it kind of looked like a cake, And I had made sure that those toothpicks were poked in really well so you could not see them sticking up out of the cake. And so at the end of our meal, which Mother had made for herself, we went upstairs and said, and we were upstairs already. We said, we have a surprise for you in the basement. We'll bring it upstairs in just a minute. We went downstairs, got the cake with its candles, came upstairs, lit the candles in the kitchen, took it out into the dining room, and put it in front of our mother, and she said, "You made this cake for me?" And we said, "Yes, we did." And she started to cut into it and went, and I said, "Oh, there might be a couple of toothpicks in it." And there were, but we never told them how the toothpicks got there. And I must say, when I was thinking of this story and remembering back on it, I really don't enjoy baking frosted cakes at all. I like to bake bread. I don't think I ever got over that experience. Thank you.